In today's video, I'm going to tell you how to change out the front brake pads on a 96 Toyota Tacoma pickup truck, 4-wheel drive. Basically, once you take the wheel off, you'll look at the rotor and see if it needs to be replaced or if it could be turned. So you'll want to turn it if it can be before you put the new pads on there, or just replace it. New ones, not too expensive to buy new ones. But the rotor is not pressed on or anything, it just slides right off once you get it broken loose from the rust. You'll need to take the caliper off, and there's a bolt right there and a bolt right there. Once you take those out, that caliper will come right off, and then you'll take a rubber mallet or hammer and hit against the outside or the inside to get the rotor off. Now before you do that, you might want to push the pistons out and compress them back into the caliper. The easiest way to do that is to go ahead and remove your spring clip. You'll have a spring right here that you'll pull the end out and then pull it out right there, and it'll come out of that little slot right there. Now once you pull that spring clip out, you'll be able to push the pad pins through. You'll push them all the way through and out. Once you pull that out, the spring clip right there, the big one, will come off, and then your brake pad just kind of sitting in there. Now once you do that, you can take a little crowbar like this and put it up in there and go between the pads and pry on it. Now whenever you pry on it, it'll push the pistons back in on both sides, and you'll want to pretty much compress them all the way back in. Now you want to check your master cylinder reservoir, see how much fluid's in there. If you're full, you might need to drain it, or get a rag close to it where it doesn't spill fluid all over the place. So once you've spread those open, it'll be ready to put the new pads back on. Everything's pretty much reverse process. I suggest you put some brake lube between the piston surface and the brake pad, and also on the pins before you reinstall them. And then make sure you get your spring clip back in there and the spring clip back on the pins once you get everything aligned and back on. It's really not that difficult of a job. If you're not going to turn your rotor, then you don't need to take your caliper off. You can just leave your caliper on there, pull your two pins, slide that out, your brake pads will come right out, and then you can put the new ones right back in there. But you'll still need to spread it open, spread the pistons back into the caliper before you do that. But anyway, that's how you'll change your brake pads out. If you got any questions or comments, leave them, I'll try to get to them. Other than that, thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe.